My dear students, it's a miscellaneous exercise. Let us continue with the 11th sum. And 11th sum is homework, as we have seen in the third exercise. Integral over 1 by cos of x plus a into cos of x plus b into dx. Here we are multiplying and dividing by sine of a minus b. Just go through the exercise and solve it. It's the same sum. Let us move on to the 12th sum. Integral over x cube divided by 1 plus x power 8 into dx. Here it is x power 8. Now here it is x cube. Therefore you should think of it. What is the relation between x power 8 and x cube? X power 8 can be written as x power 4 the whole square. And therefore x power 4 can be written, x power 8 can be written as x power 4 the whole square. Therefore the integral becomes integral over x cube divided by root of 1 minus x power 4 the whole square into dx. Now let us assume take t to be x power 4. When you differentiate you will get 4x cube into dx. You have x cube into dx, therefore bring this 4. dt by 4 is nothing but x cube into dx. Therefore the integral becomes, in the place of x cube into dx you can substitute dt by 4. Therefore dt into 1 by 4. Integral 1 by 4 into integral over dt divided by root of 1 minus x power 4 is nothing but t, therefore t square. Now this is the form sine inverse of x by a. Therefore 1 by 4 into sine inverse of x or sine inverse of x by a. If you assume this to be a square, this is the fourth or fifth exercise of where we have applied the formula. Third exercise, and this is normal differentiation formula. The first exercise, integral over dx divided by 1 minus x squared is nothing but sine inverse of x plus constant. Therefore sine inverse of x is nothing but t. After that substitute the value of t. Therefore the integral value is 1 by 4 into sine inverse of x power 4 plus c. Look into the presentation and then write properly. The next question is also homework sum. Just do it on your own. Here e power x, integral over e power x divided by 1 plus e power x into 2 plus e power x dx. Here which is common, e power x, if the numerator is e power x, then definitely you need to take t to be e power x. T equal to e power x. When you differentiate dt, e power x into dx. Therefore when you substitute you will get dt divided by 1 plus t into 2 plus t. After that apply partial fraction. I think partial fraction is easy. Just do it properly. 14th question, integral over 1 by x squared plus 1 into x squared plus 4 into dx. Here x, you can take t to be x squared, but when you differentiate you won't get 2x, so no need to differentiate. Let us assume t to be x squared. Therefore 1 by x squared plus 1 into x squared plus 4 can be written as 1 by t plus 1 into t plus 4. Here for this term we are going to apply partial fraction. Therefore you will get a divided by t plus 1 plus b divided by t plus 4. Now when you take LCM you will get 1 equal to a into t plus 4 plus b into t plus 1. Substitute the value of t to be minus 1 and t to be minus 4 and derive the value of b and a. Just make a box of it. After that you are going to substitute the value of a and b in the integral which you have written, in the form which you have written. Therefore a value a divided by t plus 1 plus b divided by t plus 4. Therefore it can be written as 1 divided by t plus 1 into t plus 4 can be written as, that is nothing but 1 by 3 into t plus 1. Here b value is minus 1 by 3. Therefore minus 1 by 3 divided by t plus 4. Now we are going to substitute the value of t. What is the value of t here? 1 divided by 3, t value is x squared. Therefore 1 by 3 into 1 by x squared plus 1 minus this 1 by 3 into 1 by x squared plus 4. Since we don't have 2x into dx in the integral, before writing into the integral, in partial fraction we have same sum. We came across the same sum. So here the integral should be in terms of x squared. Since we don't have the differentiation term, that is when you take t to be x squared into x squared, dt is nothing but 2x into ds. We don't have the differentiation term. We are writing the integral in terms of x squared itself. You can write it as, instead of taking t to be x squared, you can write ax plus b divided by x squared plus 1. plus cx plus d divided by x square plus 4, that also you can write, but this method is very easy to simplify the answer. Now take 1 by 3 outside, here also 1 minus 1 by 3 outside, so dx divided by x square plus a square or x square plus 1 can be written as 1 by a into tan inverse of x by a. Therefore this is nothing but tan inverse of x. Here it is a is nothing but 2, a square is nothing but 2 square, therefore a value is nothing but 2, therefore 1 by 2 into tan inverse of x by a. After that simplify and write. 15th sum is homework sum. I equal to integral over cos cube x e power log sin x dx. As I told, e and log are inverse functions, therefore you can cancel e and log, therefore you will get cos cube into sin x dx. Take t to be cos x, dt will be minus sin x dx. After that simplify and write. This is one of the homework sum. 16th, this is also homework. I equal to integral over e power 3 log x x power 4 plus 1 the whole power minus 1 into dx. Here this is the form log x power n, that can be written as n into log x. Therefore you will get log x cube. Therefore e and log are inverse functions, so it will get cancelled. X power 4 plus 1 the whole power minus 1 can be written as 1 by x power 4 plus 1. Therefore the integral becomes x cube divided by x power 4 plus 1 into dx. Take x power 4 plus 1 to be t. Therefore dt will be 4x cube into dx. We have x cube into dx in the numerator. Therefore dt divided by 4 equal to x cube into dx. So substitute the value of x cube into dx as dt by 4. Take 1 by 4 outside. Therefore integral equal to 1 by 4 integral over dt. X power 4 plus 1 is nothing but t. So dt divided by t can be written as log of modulus t. Therefore 1 by 4 into log of modulus t plus c. Substitute the value of t. 17th question is also homework. I equal to integral over f dash of ax plus b into f of ax plus b the whole power n into dx. If you take this term to be t, this will be a dt. F dash of ax plus b into dx is your dt. And one more thing, after differentiating the function, you need to differentiate, that is you need to apply PTA rule. First power, then trigonometric function, then algebraic function. Therefore f function, when you differentiate you will get f dash, and the function which is inside that also you need to differentiate. And therefore you will get f dash of ax plus b. When you differentiate ax plus b, you will be getting a into dx. We have f dash of ax plus b into dx in the question, so bring this a to the denominator. After that substitute and apply the formula x power n into dx. The next question, 18th one. This is also important board question. I equal to integral 1 by root of sin cube x sin x plus alpha into dx. Now to take sin cube outside of the root, we need one more sign. So we need to multiply and divide by sin this term. So you will be getting sin power 4x divided by sin x. So sin power 4x, when you take outside, you will be getting sin square x. Is it clear what I am telling? Here we have sin cube. You cannot take out of the root. If you have sin power 4x, you can take. So what we are going to do is, we are going to multiply and divide by sin x. So you will get sin power 4x divided by sin x into sin of x plus alpha. Sin power 4x, when you take out of the root, you will get sin square x. Therefore integral over dx divided by sin squared x into root of sin of x plus alpha divided by this sin x. Yes, the sin x plus alpha divided by sin x is there. This, when you take out of the root, you will get sin square. Sin squared x can be written as cosecant squared x. Therefore integral over cosecant squared x dx divided by the sin of x plus y can be written as sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. So by applying the formula, you will get sin x cos alpha plus cos x sin alpha divided by sin x. After that separate the terms, and when you simplify, you will get sin x and sin x will get cancelled for this term. Cos x by sin x will become cot x. This is the final step. Now this root term will be taken to be t. Therefore here x is a function, alpha is a constant. Now take t to be cos alpha plus cot x sin alpha. This term you are going to take as t. When you differentiate, cos alpha will become 0 since it is a constant. Cot x, here sin alpha, therefore sin alpha is a constant. Sin alpha into cot x. Therefore, sin alpha is a constant. If you have 2 into x squared, you will be writing 2 into 2x into dx. Therefore, cot alpha, sin alpha into cot x, when you differentiate, you will be getting minus cosecant square x. Therefore, dt is nothing but minus cosecant square x into sin alpha dx. Sin alpha is a constant, so you are bringing to this side. Since we don't have sin alpha here, we have cosecant square x into dx. Therefore, you are bringing minus 1 by sin alpha to the left hand side. Therefore, cosecant square dx can be written as minus dt by sin alpha, minus 1 by sin alpha, you can take it outside, and dt. This term is nothing but t. Therefore, it is root t. Root t can be, dt by root t can be written as t power minus half. This can be written as minus 1 by sin alpha integral over t power minus half into dt. When you apply integral over x power n into dx formula, you will be getting t power half divided by 1 by 2. When you reciprocate and write minus 2 by sin alpha into t power half plus c. After that, substitute the value of t. After that, write the final step. Let us move on to 19th sum. This is also one of the important board question. All the miscellaneous sums are important. That also keep it in mind. I equal to integral over sin inverse of root x minus cos inverse of root x into dx divided by sin inverse of root x plus cos inverse of. Now, sin inverse of root x plus cos inverse of root x can be written as pi by 2, as you learnt in inverse trigonometric function. Therefore, this can be written as pi by 2. Therefore, it is 1 by pi by 2 into integral over sin inverse of x minus cos inverse of root x dx. Either you can write in terms of sin inverse of x or cos inverse of x. We know that sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is nothing but pi by 2. Therefore, cos inverse of root x can be written as pi by 2 minus sin inverse of root x into dx. Now, when you simplify that, sin inverse of root x minus pi by 2 plus sin inverse of root x, now this becomes 2 sin inverse of root x. Therefore, when you reciprocate 1 by pi by 2, you will be getting 2 by pi. Therefore, the integral becomes 2 by pi integral over 2 into sin inverse of root x minus pi by 2 into root dx. Now, you can separate the integral. Since we have root, you can do as it is, or if you feel this root x is difficult for you to do, you can take t to be root x and proceed. So, 2 by pi is a common for both. So, you are separating the integral 2 by pi, take 2 outside, integral over sin inverse of root x into dx minus 2 by pi into pi by 2 integral over dx. Therefore, pi by 2 and 2 pi will get cancelled. Since there is a minus, here it is minus. Therefore, this integral becomes 4 pi. Consider this to be integral 1. Here when you integrate dx, you will be getting x plus constant. Now take this integral. We are assumed this to be integral 1. I1 equal to integral over sin inverse of root x into dx. We are assuming this root x to be t. Therefore, dt will be root x. This is x power half. When you differentiate, it will be getting half into x power half minus 1. N into x power n minus 1. Therefore, 1 by 2 into x power minus half, that is nothing but root x. Therefore, 1 by 2 into root x dx. Now we need to find what is dx alone. Therefore, 2 root x into dx. Now what is root x? Root x is nothing but t. So everything when you substitute dx to be 2 root x into dt, it is not proper. This root x should be written in terms of t. Therefore, root x we have taken to be t. So we are writing dx is equal to 2t into dt. Therefore, integral becomes sin inverse of t, dx is nothing but 2t into dt, so take 2 outside. Now whenever it is in product, you can apply integration by parts, that is uv minus integral v du. Here inverse function is nothing but u, remaining function is nothing but dv. When you differentiate sin inverse of t, you will be getting 1 by root of 1 minus t square into dt. Now to find out the value of v, you need to integrate. When you integrate, you will get t power 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, that is t power 2 by 2. Now apply this integral. Here the integral is nothing but sin inverse of root x. Therefore, uv minus sin inverse of t into t squared by 2 minus integral over v du. V is nothing but t squared by 2 into 1 by root of 1 minus t squared into dt. the previous sum in integration by parts, we have seen the numerator is t squared, the denominator is t squared. According to that, we need to add and subtract 1. That's what we are going to do in the next step. Here we have written this I1 is nothing but 2 into t sin inverse of t into dt. So this 2 is there, uv minus integral v du. Take 2 outside. Here also 2 is common. When you take 2 outside, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Here also 2, here also 2. When you take 2 as common, you will get 2 by 2. Remaining is t squared into sin inverse of t. Here, here you have 1 minus t squared. Since we have 1 minus t squared, the t should have minus. So when you take minus I inside, this will become plus. Therefore, minus t squared, you should add and subtract 1 I told. When you have t squared here in the denominator, you need to add numerator also t squared. You need to add and subtract 1. Here you have 1 minus t squared. Therefore, combine these two terms. 1 minus t squared. In the next step, write this term here, uv part as it is. Here you are going to split the integral. 1 minus t squared. Then divided by root of 1 minus t squared into dt minus 1 by root of 1 minus t squared into dt. Now when you cancel this, you will be getting root of 1 minus t squared into dt. Therefore, t squared into sin inverse of t plus integral over root of 1 minus t squared into dt minus integral over dt divided by root of 1 minus t squared. This is the final step. Now you know the formula of integral over root of a squared minus x squared into dx. What is the formula for this? X by 2 into root of a squared minus x squared plus a squared by 2 into sin inverse of x by a plus constant. What is the formula for this? Dx divided by root of 1 minus x squared is nothing but sin inverse of x plus c. So for these two integrals, we are going to apply the formula and derive the solution. In the place of x, we have t. In the place of a, we have 1. So you will get t squared into sin inverse of t plus t by 2 into root of 1 minus t squared, that is x by 2 into root of a squared minus x squared plus a squared by 2 into sin inverse of x by a minus formula for integral over dt divided by root of 1 minus t squared is nothing but sin inverse of t plus c. After that, simplify this and write. And one more thing, what you need to do is, what is the value of t? At last you need to substitute the value of t to be x. So we have seen up to this step. Now here you have sin inverse of t squared, sin inverse of t. This half sin inverse of t minus sin inverse of t will become minus half sin inverse of t. Therefore, these two terms, in this you can take sin inverse of t as common and you can simplify it, right? Therefore, you will get t by 2 into root of 1 minus t squared plus here t squared minus 1 by 2. When you take sin inverse of t, you will get t squared minus 1 by 2 sin inverse of t. So this is your integral 1. So after that, what you need to substitute? Integral 1 you need to substitute. Integral 1 is nothing, integral is nothing but 4 by pi I1 minus x plus c. So in the place of I1, we are going to substitute this I1 value. Therefore, 4 by pi into I1 minus x plus c. After that, in the place of t, you need to substitute x, that is root x. Therefore, t to be root x. Just substitute and simplify it and write and check whether you are getting the solution. 4 by pi root x root of 1 minus root x the whole square is nothing but x divided by 2. So you got this one. Plus 2 into, in here when you take LCM, you will get 2 into t squared minus 1 by 2. That is 2 into x minus 1 by 2 into sin inverse of root x minus x plus c. The next question, I equal to integral over root of 1 minus root x divided by 1 plus root x into dx. Here what you can do is, instead of taking root x to be cos theta, you can take here, you can do in this manner also, but everything it will be in terms of theta. So what you can do is, take t to be root x. When you take t to be root x, dt is nothing but this is x power half. You will get 1 by 2 into x power half minus 1 into dx, that is 1 by 2 root x into dx. We have dx alone, therefore bring this 2 root x to this side. So 2 root x into dt equal to dx. Here we don't have 2 root x, so you can write in terms of t. 2 root x is nothing but t, therefore 2t into dt equal to dx. That's what is written here. So in the place of this, when you substitute, you will get integral over root of 1 minus t divided by 1 plus t into 2t dt. Take 2 outside, t here. Here what we are going to do is we are going to conjugate. If it is in terms of root, what I told, you need to conjugate. Bring this t to the front part, root of 1 minus t into conjugate of this is 1 minus t. So 1 minus t the whole square here divided by 1 minus t squared into dt. Is it clear? Therefore, the integral becomes 2 into integral over t into root of 1 minus t square divided by 1 squared a plus b into a minus b is nothing but a squared minus b squared into dt. Now split the root for both numerator and denominator. When you split the root for both numerator and denominator, you will get 2 times integral over t root of 1 minus t the whole square divided by 1 square minus t square the whole root into dt. Now this 2 and 2 root will go off for the numerator, so it remaining as 2 into integral over t into 1 minus t into dt divided by root of 1 minus t square. Now multiply it, so you will get t minus t square. After that, split the integral. Here you are going to split the integral t minus t square divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt. When you split the integral, 2 is common for both, so 2 into integral over t divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt minus integral over t squared divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt. That will be the integral. 2 times integral over t divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt minus integral over t square divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt. Now numerator is t, denominator is t square. So what you can do, you apply substitution method for that, the first integral. Therefore we have assumed t to be 1 minus t square to be y. U also you can take. When you differentiate, dy equal to minus 2t into dt. Here we need t into dt, so bring this minus 2 to the denominator. Therefore you will get dy divided by minus 2 equal to dt, t into dt. So in this place, your t into dt can be written as minus dy by 2. dy here minus 1 by 2. Therefore minus 1 by 2 integral over dy divided by root of 1 minus t, you can write it as root y. 1 by 2 integral over y power minus half into dy. When you integrate, you will get minus half into y power 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 plus constant of integration. 1 by 2 will get cancelled. After that, substitute the value of phi. This first integral is over. You are going to apply substitution method. The next one, what I told, if you have t squared, here also t squared, check for the coefficient of t squared. Therefore, here itself you can write this integral one, you are applying substitution method, make into plus and bring this minus t squared. The last sum also we have seen the same thing. Bring this minus t square. What you are going to do is, if it is t squared, here also t squared, you are going to add and subtract 1. So you can separate into two integrals again. You will get integral 1 plus integral 1. Here also you are going to, that is 1 minus t squared divided by root of 1 minus t squared into dt. This is one thing, minus 1 divided by root of 1 minus t square into dt. Two integrals we are going to separate. This is nothing but sine inverse of t. Here when you cancel, you will get root of 1 minus t squared. 2 into the integral 1 value we have found already plus integral over root of 1 minus t squared into dt minus, this is nothing but sine inverse of t plus constant of integration. This is nothing but root of a squared minus x squared into dx can be written as x by 2 into root of a squared minus x squared plus a squared by 2 into sine inverse of x by a. Therefore, this integral can be written as 2 into integral I1 value we have found to be minus root of 1 minus t square. So I am going to write that it is minus root of 1 minus t square. And the value for this one is x by 2, that is t by 2 into root of a square minus x square. I am telling the formula, plus a square is nothing but 1, therefore a squared by 2 into sine inverse of t. Here minus sine in this term minus sine inverse of t plus a constant of integration. Half sine inverse of t minus sine inverse of t will become minus half into sine inverse of t. That's what we are going to simplify here. This is the next term. After that, when you are going to substitute. Let me see here. Therefore, 2 times minus t value we have assumed to be root x. Therefore, root of 1 minus t squared. Root x is nothing but t squared is nothing but x. Therefore, plus root x divided by 2 into root of 1 minus x. This becomes minus half into sine inverse of root x plus c. That's the answer. Just if you want, you can simplify and write like this. And the question is in terms of if you want, you can, if the question is in terms of cos inverse, you can write cos inverse, otherwise you can leave sine inverse as it is. Thank you, students.